So this Seaside Adventure takes place in northern Spain, in Galicia, in particular in Las Rías Bajas in the south. We're going to start here on the river Miño, which is the border between Spain and Portugal. So, the town of Tui is just down there. We've got Portugal on this side, the Rio Miño in the middle, and Spain over here. That's Manuel. Hello. Hello. The boards are fully loaded, and yeah, we're going to see if we can't get down this river, get out to sea, and then explore the Rías Bajas. I'll let you know how we get on. So most of this video will be in English, and when I attempt to speak the Spanish, I'm just repeating what I've said in English, so don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. I don't know if it's a thermal vent or a movie. What is it? Don't know. I found the smallest island in the world. I think it's not here at high tide. I just nom nom. So halfway down on our trip. We're going to stop and have something to eat in a minute. We're just a short distance from 1.3 nautical miles to the island that we're going to stay on, which is there in the distance. You cannot quite see it there somewhere. And so we're almost at the island. We're actually doing, on average, about 3 knots, which is pretty good. So we're going against the wind, but with the tide. So yeah. Good one. Too funny. Villanova de Cerveira in Portugal. We're going to stop here and get some water, and then head on down to the island. I can see the open sea. Yes. And the island we're going to camp on is there, or this one here. We're not sure. Might take us a while to get there. Eso es el mar abierto. So we found an island for the night, and review. We landed on this beach last night, and it was dark when we got here. It's a nightmare setting up in the dark, but we managed. This is our little camp. Hola. Very nice, really quiet. So start of the second day, all packed and ready to go. Mel's finishing packing his stuff, loading it on the board. We're nearly ready. This is where we were. Very cool island. I like it. How's it going, man?
Okay.
Do you want help? Yeah, I'll bring some of this. Remo guantes sombrero.
Wait, you don't forget nothing?
No?
Sure?
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, yes. The power banks. We put the power banks in the sun charging. Fuck, I did forget that. Well remembered. Very good. Bien recuerdas.
Buen recuerdo.
Buen recuerdo. Yeah. Cool. Right, let's get ready then. I'll go get the power banks. There wasn't much sun this morning. It was obviously a lot of trees. So when the sun first came up, we were trying to charge our power banks, and this was a little spot where there was sun. So what do we got? No, hasn't charged much. Okay, well, a little is better than nothing. Rope. That's it. Let's go. Ding. Nos salimos la primera acampamiento. Yeah, it's very nice. Leaving the first camp. Bien hecho. Oops, surfeando. I'm Matt. Ah, tienen marca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not wild.
What happened?
I don't know, I'm just freaking out. So we haven't really done much today. Day 2, and the wind and the tide is against us. We knew the tide would be against us at certain times, but you can allow for that by going at the right time. But the wind is just against us, and it's too strong. It's about 10 knots with like 15 knot gusts. So we're just washing plates, eating dinner and stuff, sitting around in the shade watching the horses. There's horses. Yeah. And then tomorrow morning early we're going to try and get across and get a taxi round to the bus stop and then get a bus up the coast, because the wind is basically northerly until Friday, so we don't want to wait around that long. So we're going to have to skip that part of the coast just round the corner, because it's just open sea and too windy, so we won't be able to paddle against it. And it's more sheltered there, and then we can paddle into the Ria, the Ria de Vigo, the Vigo Estuary, and do that. That's the plan. See. Then we've got a camp on this island tonight, we decided, but I don't know where. The tide started to come in now. Yeah. So we're just loading our stuff up and we're going to go up. There's a beach there we're going to check out, and if not, there's one round the corner. I think the one round the corner might be a bit better, because then it will get the sun in the morning. We want to get up early, so that's the plan, because we weren't able to paddle up the river. We spent the afternoon here, and yeah, that was that. In the shade of these trees, it was nice, just watching the tide go out. The tide was in the right direction, it was the wind that was against us, but it was just too strong. It's actually died off now, but now it's too late to get going, because even without the wind it will take us an hour and a bit to get to where we need to get to tomorrow, where we need to get to. But hopefully in the morning before the wind comes we'll be able to leave the island and go down to a place called Passage, and from there get some kind of transport, bus or taxi, whatever, up around the corner. So, right then, we're off again for the evening. Just up to the beach up ahead, not far. There's not going to be much of a sunset, I don't think, tonight. Oh. Yeah. But still, don't matter. But this last little bit should be really easy, because we've got the tide and the wind with us. We're going the wrong way, we want to be heading out, but we're just going to find somewhere to stay for tonight, and then sort it out tomorrow. Get up early and go. And this is where we're going to stay tonight. There's chairs, there's a barbecue, there's wild horses. It's nice, isn't it? I found this one back in January, I think it was, when I was on my paddleboard. So I'm going to camp here one day. And here we are. And the fire pit. This is the best bit, so that's why we're going to camp here. Yeah. So, get the tent up, get everything ready. Day 3, Días 3, Día 3, sí, un melandro venezolano empacando. Señor Azul. He's Mr. Blue today. Everything is blue. The wind's just picking up. We need to sort of get going, and but hopefully we'll be able to make it to the end of the river. It's only an hour before the wind picks up too much. Nice and quiet last night. No botherations. Lovely. Didn't have a fire, couldn't be asked to make one. I was tired, just went to sleep. And now, all ready. Cool. Packed. Down there. Moored up, ready to go. Good morning, horsies. So on the water, leaving, the wind and the tide are against us, but not too strong at the moment, so I think we can make it. We are heading there. It's only 2.7 nautical miles, and we paddle at about 2 against this wind and tide, so hour and a bit, hour and a half. We'll see. I don't know what I found in the shelter of the wind in the reeds. I can hear something behind me. There's like a bit of a natural harbour. I'm just sheltering from the wind. It's pretty bloody windy. It's difficult paddling against it. Manuel's catching up, and then I think we're going to have to head across. We're not going to make it to Passage, but we can make it to another point over there, and then we can skip the windy bit and get back in there. A bit annoying, but never mind. So we're just paddling straight ahead to those boats and around the corner, and there's a little slipway and all that. We're going to stop there, and then we're going to get a taxi from there to the bus station, and then a bus up the coast, because the wind, it doesn't look like much, but paddling against it and against the tide at the moment for another hour or two, so it's just a ball ache, and we haven't got far to go anyway. The open sea is, we won't be able to paddle there, it's too much at the moment. I can see the waves breaking from here. It's like 3 miles away, so yeah, it's too rough and too windy out to sea, so we won't be able to do that bit, but it doesn't matter. So we came over to stop at a little slipway place, but as actually when we got in the creek here, it's a bit more sheltered from the wind, so we're going to carry on to our original destination of Passage, which is here in the middle. So yeah, and we're not doing too bad. Out of the wind. A much better average speed. We were doing about 1.5, half the speed, going against the wind in the main part of the estuary, so bit of a nightmare, but I think we can do it, and the tide will turn soon, be in our favour, and start heading out again, but I've got a feeling that we're going to be there by then. So what have we done? We've done 1.7 nautical miles, 1 hour and 20 minutes, but it's all good, it's all good. There we go, there's our island, left from there. ¿Todo bien? Rad. I don't know if you can see how clear the water is. You can see everything. And we're nearly there. We're going to make it to our original destination for this morning, El Passage. So, this was our destination. We're going to get transport from here of some sort out up around the coast because it's way too windy and wavy out to sea for the paddle boards. So time to pack everything up, and then get going. Just been and put the rubbish in the bin because it was stinking. I've had it for 2-3 days now. So we got the bus and then we got the taxi, and the taxi dropped us at the top of this hill up around here. You can't see it, you can just about see the bridge up there. And then we came down, walked everything down, dragged everything down, and there we're here, setting up, ready to go. And the plan is to go out there, and then the wind will take us around the corner underneath the big bridge and into the inner part of the Vigo Estuary. We'll see. We shall see. So we started from this little beach, Playa de Cabañas. Bit of a nightmare because we had to walk down the hill. The taxi could only take us so far, but it's okay. So yeah, this is the round bridge, and we're going to paddle in and around this one, and then go into, can't quite see it on there, around this lagoon, the inner part of the Ria de Vigo. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Good. And we're going with the wind and with the tide for a change, so we don't have to put in much effort. Well, the tide hasn't changed yet, we've got another half hour, but it's hardly moving. But we're going with the wind, so nice and easy. All good, Mano? Cool. All good. Awesome. We're doing like 3.5 knots with the wind and the tide. We're doing 2 knots without even paddling. All the yachties are out, loving it. It's about 12 to 15 knots. That's cool. And of course, one of the famous landmarks of the Ria de Vigo is these mussel rafts we're just passing now. They're mussel farms and other seafood, shelly type shit. Seafoody things. Batallas de Mejillones. We took the taxi to where at the beach to avoid paddling around all the ports, but we've still got a bit of the industrial bit here to paddle past, a bit minging. But it's interesting, it's all abandoned. Look. Yeah. This is where they used to load grain and that, it says on the map. It's interesting. Cesantes, the beach that we know and went to, is over there, and the island is there, and there's some other islands there. We might camp on the islands there. But we're going to have a look around this corner first to see if we can find anything. So we're well past the bridge now, it's round the corner. Can't see it. There's a couple of little fishing villages. It's really nice. So we're just paddling around. We're going to go around, maybe camp there if we can find somewhere. If not, we'll keep going. We know a place over there, and there's some islands over there, which are about 1.5 hours, 2 hours away. But it'll be getting dark by the time we get there. We don't want to do that again. It's a pain in the ass. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll find somewhere over here. This is the entrance to the river into Redondela. So we've done a little bit around the Ria de Vigo, and we're now just heading over to the beach. It's a dog beach, in case you couldn't notice. Head over to the beach and have something to eat, and then try and find somewhere to camp. There is a campsite around the corner, but I'd rather not stay on it. We might do though, we'll wait and see. There is a place here, but there's not much beach at high tide, so we'll wait and see. So we landed Cesantes. We came through the bridge over there and then around and across. And yeah, and now we're going to sneakily camp in here. We found a flat place just there. Set up. Nice and hidden. Be alright. Hidden. Just in there, escondido. Very nice.